Okay, so now let's go to, we're going to make the hole right here, and we'll do a new layer. Our marquee tool, we'll go to round and mode 1, and use the shift key to make a perfect circle. And we'll start in the bottom here, and we'll just pull this right in that. So it's in that box there. You can actually scoot it about the center. Okay. And then what we're going to do is go to your gradient layer of the outside tag, and once you're centered, obviously you want to be sure, put it where you want, so I might move it up a little more. It's in the center enough now, but get it exactly where you want, and then go ahead and hit the delete key, and that cut out a hole basically in the main metal looking part here, the gradient part. And we also have the white here. We'll cut out of that too. And then notice we can see the black layer. Now we do want to keep a little bit of black instead of making another stroke or doing something else. At this point, just hit refine selection, and we want to just go minus just enough so there's a little bit of the black still showing. And now go ahead and choose the black layer, delete, and we've kept a little bit of that black without having to do another step. We're just using that black layer that's already there. Alright? Okay, now what we'll do is we'll create the, if I turn this back on here, you'll see we made this nice metal tie, so that's going to hold the tag, and that's what we'll create right now. So use your marquee tool again. We'll go to square, and we'll just pull a rectangle that's about the appropriate size that you want, and that looks good. And we'll make sure we're on a new layer up top, and I use the same gradient as I did for the tag. And go to your gradient tool and pull a really short gradient, basically from one line to the other, and you'll get that great three-dimensional rounded effect on there with that gradient. That's it. And then Command deselect. Okay, and then what I do is go to the move tool here, and we might move this down into it a little bit, and then I just take the erase tool, and let's see, we'll get a bigger diameter on this, and then we'll zoom in, and I just round the edges here. So I just essentially, I'm going to make it look like it's curving around the tag, and it's hanging onto the tag. So get those corners off of there. Okay, and it's not perfect, but just when you take the time to do it, just make sure it's nice and round. And that looks better. And then Command select that shape when you're done, and then go underneath, and we'll put a black layer underneath it. So Option Command F to fill with black, and then Command deselect, and then we'll go to the move tool and move that black layer down one. We just created this nice little it looks like it's shadow, and then this actually looks now like it's going underneath it. And what we want to do is actually blur this layer a little bit. So filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and we'll do about 10. 10 is good. And we're actually going to shift that over 1 and down 1. Okay? And that adds a little bit more shadow to it, and a little more shadow on the bottom here. And then go ahead and link these two layers together, and then we're going to actually duplicate them as they're linked and selected. Just duplicate them both, and now we can see we've created the other layer with the shadow. And we're going to rotate this one. So edit, transform, and we'll just turn it, and you can even use this little round thing to get it where you want exactly, but that's fine. Of course, we want to put it in place here And we want this to be behind the whole tag, so just grab everything and bring it behind at least the metal part, so that visually it looks like it's definitely behind. Okay, and then I would say link the other two layers together. That way I can move both, if you see that. And then let's back out, and that looks very good. Let's see what we've done there. So we got our metal tie, and you choose how long you want this, what angle you want it at, but you get the point. It looks really good there. And then finally, let's put our text in here. That's really the last thing we have to do. So we will get rid of our grid for now. We don't need that for the moment. And then we will go to make sure that I always choose the top layer. That way when I choose my text tool I can see. And we will put in the $sign to be close to it, and then I can do that. And we'll just choose, let's see, Arial, probably just a basic $sign, and we'll go bigger. And let's say 250 is probably about right. Okay, and then go to your move tool and move that into place. One last thing we're going to do here is command select the green inner layer and then put a layer on top of that, and just choose, I created a white gradient that went to transparency with a real thin line, so you can see it in the preview there just a little. And just add a little bit of shine to the top. Make sure your gradient's straight, and that's it. So it looks like it's just a style, it's just a little bit of style, looks like a little bit of almost glass is coming out with some depth to it with a gradient behind it. Command deselect. And then just from the top, go to the bottom to about here with shift, select them all. Link them all together, and then let's go to edit, transform, and then we can rotate to where we want. And that's it. So that's how you create a simple price tag icon in Pixelmator. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.